Hello. This is my weekly check-in for the Artist Way, week 4. The sun is in my face, but I think that I'm gonna stay here and just record because right now I'm at like some like harbor bay area. I've never been here before. I stumbled upon it and I was watching the water as I was driving by and I was like, it's so beautiful here. I need to pull over. And there's like a parking area where you can just like look out into the water, and it's really, really beautiful. And yeah, I stepped out for a second. I took a few pictures and just kind of like soaked it in. And then I came back into my car because it's cold. But yeah, this is my weekly check-in for week 4, and I'm really, really excited to check in this week. I feel like I should also go over a little bit more of like the Artist Way for anyone who's like watching my videos and isn't really familiar with it. So the Artist Way is a book by Julia Cameron, and it's basically a creative recovery journey where you aim to recover your inner artist. And it's a really beautiful journey to embark on. It's spiritual and artistic and creative all in one. It kind of rediscovers your creativity through spirituality and your connection to God. And I've actually owned this book for about 2 years now. I originally heard Bella Hadid talking about it and how it changed her life, and I ordered it one day and I never picked it up. Like it was just sitting in my house with the rest of my books, and I don't know, 4 weeks ago, I decided to pick it up and actually do it. I had no idea that it was a 12-week course. I had nothing. I thought it was just like a, kind of like a spiritual, artistic, like self-help book, or like, I thought it was something more along the lines of like The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, something like that. But it is so different, and I really, really, really love the journey so far. So in the Artist Way, there's 2 main conditions, or 2 main assignments throughout the 12 weeks. The first is that you have to journal 3 pages every morning when you wake up, and those are called your morning pages. And then the other condition or assignment is to do an artist date, which is just to take yourself on a date every single week, once a week, and to just do something that nurtures your creativity in whatever way you see fit. And yeah, I'm currently on my artist date, and I've had the best day ever. I've had such a beautiful day. So yeah, I'm just in a really good place. Like, I just feel very aligned spiritually right now, and like very, I don't know, very in touch with like God. I feel like I've been communing with God all day. It's been a very spiritual day for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna start the check-in. By the way, another thing is that there's a reading every single week. So the reading goes over topics pertaining to recovering one aspect of your creativity. This week was recovering a sense of integrity. Last week was power. The week before that was a different thing, and then the week before that was also a different thing. But yeah, every week there's a reading, and then there's 10 tasks to do, and that could be like write a letter to your younger self, or list 5 people that you look up to, or throw out a piece of clothing you no longer connect with. So just exercises to kind of, again, connect you more with your creativity. And then there's a weekly check-in, which are these videos that I've been doing, that I've decided to post. There's fully people like around here and stuff. I'm gonna ignore that because I just feel called to record this here and now. So yes, but yeah, I've had a really great day. I hope everyone's had a great day. And I'm gonna start the check-in now since we're 5 minutes into the video. So The first question is, how many days this week did you do your morning pages? I did them every single day. I've been super good at it. I've actually almost filled my journal, and I just bought a new one today. This is my new journal. I still have a decent amount of pages in the other one, but I know for sure that I'm not gonna last the rest of the 12 weeks in the same journal. Like, it's definitely gonna be filled up, and I'm actually super proud of that because I have never filled up a journal. In all of my years of writing, I'm a writer, I'm a songwriter, and I've been a writer of other things in the past. Like, I have written poetry and just creative writing, personal writing. I've had journals since I was a girl, but and you see, anyone can choke on their saliva, you know what I mean? But anyways, I've always kept journals, but I've never finished a full journal. Like, I've just kind of, I don't know, got bored of them, or kind of like, the closest I've gotten to filling up a journal was actually the journal I had before this, and it was like some note pages in the back of my planner for last year, and I filled those all up. And that's when I got my new journal. But I never filled up like straight up like 192 page journal. You know what I'm saying? I never filled that up. So I'm so sorry. I'm probably not going to edit this out. Cause like I said, anyone, like, girls choke on their saliva too. You know what I mean? So yeah. My experience with my morning pages was actually really, really beautiful this week, particularly because I feel like thus far I've been using my morning pages kind of almost as like my like prayer in the morning, or meditating, and like a lot of the time when I journal, it's talking to God. And if it's not talking to God, at some point I'm acknowledging God. At some point, sometimes my journal entries just kind of like turn into like full on worship. Like, thank you, God, I'm so grateful for this, or like, I pray for this and this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it a lot of the time it turns into just straight up prayer. But also sometimes I'm very lost, and like, you know, it's just whatever is on my heart that morning or in that instant. And yeah, so this week I was actually feeling a little bit lost creatively, because if you've watched my other videos, you know that I quit my job to pursue music full time. And I'm in a place right now where I'm figuring out my next steps. I really felt called to do that because I had prayed about it a lot and like thought about it a lot. I was observing how my job was impacting me artistically, but also just emotionally and mentally and physically. And yeah, I thought about it for a long time. I wanted to do it for a long time, but obviously we live in a world, and the world is very scary these days, and we need money. And so I was like, this could be the craziest thing I do, or this could be the best thing I do that changes my life, or starts the season where my life changes. You know what I mean? So I just took it to God, and I really felt like God was saying, trust me, like, jump and the net will appear. That's what I kept on hearing. And so this week in my morning pages, I was reflecting about, you know, some concepts that I've had in my mind. I don't want to share too much because I'm really, really excited to start working on things, finally, but I was juggling some concepts that I've had for a while, and I felt like I've been very conflicted about how to move forward being an artist in the age of TikTok and algorithms and, you know, the rest. especially being somebody who cares really deeply about artistry above trends and numbers and yada yada. But I've reckoned with that a lot in my morning pages this week, and I actually had the craziest experience. I was literally praying in my morning pages, and I was like, God, please give me clarity. Like, I feel so lost today. It was like, this week has been crazy. One day I wake up feeling so much direction, so much clarity, so much confidence in my decision, and then the next day I'll wake up and be like, what did I do? Like, what did I just do? You know what I mean? And it's been very confronting. It's been very confronting, and I've had to really, really lean on my trust and back myself a lot in my decision and stuff. So I thought about that a lot, and literally I started off my morning pages asking God for clarity. By the end of my morning pages, I kid you not, I had an entire concept for a project. Like, an entire concept for a project. God was like, okay, pen in hand, right? Get this down real quick. Like, instantly. I woke up feeling so lost, and it just like reinvigorated my motivation. God like did his big one in that moment. That was a really, really beautiful moment in my morning pages, and I feel like my morning pages are just allowing me to connect a lot more. They're allowing me to kind of like just have that time out of my day and devote it to God, which is really, really special. And the author actually talks about the author literally says, your morning pages are between you and God. Like, before I was like, am I doing these right? Like, is this supposed to be as spiritual as it is? Because I've kind of had that relationship to journaling for a while now. Like, for a long time, my journaling was very connected to God. But now that I'm doing this journey the artist way, it's like, I didn't know if I should be writing about my art, or if I should be talking to God, or, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, am I doing this right? And one, there's no wrong way to do your morning pages. And two, like, hell yeah, because my art is possible because of God. So yeah, it was just really, really beautiful. Like, really beautiful. I'm gonna move on to the next question. The next question is, did you do your artist date this week? And what did you do and how did it feel? So one of the tasks for this week was actually taking an entire day out of the weekend and making an extended artist date. So before I made a dessert one night, or like I watched a movie, or, you know, whatever, I went on a walk. This week, today, I'm on my artist date. It's Saturday. It is Saturday. My GPS is on. I can't see my screen. It's Saturday, March 8th, 5:39 p.m. And happy International Women's Day, by the way. Yes, very, very proud and happy to be a woman. But anyways, yeah, so today I got myself a strawberry foam matcha, which was delicious. And then I went to this independent bookstore that I've been meaning to go to for literally probably over a year now. And I finally went, and I had the best time ever. I'm gonna do a bookstore haul right now. I got my journal there. Support small businesses and support independent bookshops, first of all. Okay, I got this journal, and then I got this book called Wabi Sabi Love, which I thought was really beautiful. The Ancient Art of Finding Perfect Love in Imperfect Relationships by Ariel Ford. And Wabi Sabi is a Japanese art form, and it basically talks about like finding the beauty in imperfection. Like, if you've ever seen art that's like a vase that's like cracked, but it's like put together with like glue, like, or usually like gold, that's Wabi Sabi. And so it talks about kind of just finding the love in imperfect relationships. And I read the foreword of the book and it was beautiful, so I bought it. And then I got this comic book for my brother, Superman Civil War. Yeah, it was $5, so I was like, whatever. He's into Superman, he likes comic books, and I figured it was really cute. And this is a single issue, so it's like one of one, which I thought was really cool. But it's Agent Liberty Goes Bad. Yeah, and then I got a gift for another friend, but I'm not gonna show it because I think that they watch these, so yeah, I'll mail it to them. But I got them a book that I think that they'll like. But basically, yeah, I had the best freaking time ever. And the bookstore that I went to, they have like live music in the back. So something that I've been working on is putting myself out there more, and like I want to perform a lot more. So I inquired about like how I would go about that and stuff. So I'm very excited to like, you know, like I feel like the old me would have been like, oh, like that's cool, but like I'm not gonna ask or whatever. Like I was always afraid to step into my artist shoes and like promote myself more, or kind of like network and inquire about opportunities even. And I'm kind of like growing out of that. So I thought, I was like, it's freaking beautiful in here. They have like really cute furniture and just like mixed match, and it was a very like eclectic, and it just felt really beautiful. Like the energy in there was really nice. So yeah, and now I'm at this like harbor thing. This is where I am. It's super beautiful. I'm in Long Island right now, and yeah, I'm just having a very beautiful day. I like stuff like this. I like just like taking myself to the bookstore, buying matcha, and watching the ducks on the pond. Well, this is not a pond, but you know what I mean. Like I'm having a very wholesome day and I'm loving it right now. So my artist date has inspired my creativity a lot. I'm really excited to crack this book open. It seems like a pretty easy read, and yeah, I thought it was beautiful. I always love when people talk about love in like a very realistic way, and like, you know, working through things. I think I'm working on that, just like having humility in relationship and all relationships, and you know, being a better version of yourself to those around you, and also being a better version of yourself to yourself as well. Because I feel like anytime we're super cutthroat or very like judgmental in relationships, and this is not talking about like, oh, accepting toxic like volatile behavior, but you know, like kind of throwing in the towel when like you really do love someone and stuff. So I thought that this was really cool, and yeah. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I'm living, laughing, loving. Like I'm just a girl who's gonna be okay. I'm a girl who's gonna be okay. And yes, speaking of girl who's gonna be okay, last night my friend surprised me out of freaking nowhere. First of all, I have to thank Lexi, my sister. Lexi invited all my friends over unbeknownst to me. One of my friends had slept over the night before, so we were all hanging out, and then Lexi was like, be free on March 7th, we're gonna have a sister date. And I was like, okay, aye Cap'n. And yeah, so I was obviously free as she requested, and my friend was still over, and then I hear a knock on the door, and two of my other best friends come through the freaking door, and then a third best friend shows up after them, and I was like, what the hell is going on, mate? It was so beautiful. I nearly cried, I'll be really honest. And it was just nice. Like they just wanted me to feel loved, and like they just wanted to hang out with me, and they freaking surprised me and like brought a whole bunch of snacks, and it was really beautiful, like really, really, really beautiful. So I was super, super happy about that. I thought that was so, so special. And yes, yeah, I love my friends and I love my sister very much. My sister's my best friend. And yeah, it was really nice. And after that, like literally when my friends walked through the door, I was like, girl, who's gonna be okay? Like, girl, who's gonna be okay? That's it. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful. Anyways, so I'm gonna move on to the third question. And the third question is, did you experience any synchronicity this week? What was it? I feel like I'm constantly experiencing synchronicity. I don't know. I think I'm very attuned to certain things. Yeah. I think a huge synchronicity that's coming to mind off the bat is yesterday. I don't know if this counts as a synchronicity or more as like a confirmation. Yesterday, I asked God to give me a sign. And I was like, okay, show me this thing in the next 24 hours if, like, to confirm something, right? To confirm something for me. That's what I'll say. So show me the sign if this thing is for me, and show me this sign within the next 24 hours to confirm what I'm asking you. And lo and behold, when I go to the bookstore, I see this thing on the cover of a book. And I was like, what? And it's not something that I would see, like, especially this time of year, like it's not something that I would see just out and about. So I was like, whoa, like, I'm telling you, I just feel super connected to God right now. It feels so nice. Like, I feel like I'm just, even in moments of like self-doubt, like I am experiencing self-doubt. I'm not like standing in my confidence every second of every minute of every day, but like when I entertain the thought of self-doubt and then I check myself in that moment of like, how can I rectify this? Like, how can I be more solution oriented and not dwell in this feeling? I'm just brought back to God. Like, I'm just brought back to giving it to God. And if not, just bringing God into the situation. Like, it has been so powerful for me this week, and I just feel like I'm growing closer and closer and closer to God. And honestly, like, that's all I can ask for. It's really all I can ask for, because I feel like it's the only thing, my relationship with God is the only thing that's going to satiate any of my doubt, any of my desire, any of my anything, longing, confusion, pride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just feel like this is a really important time for me to be this close to God, because I need a lot of faith. I need a lot of trust in my circumstances right now, in what God has told me. I need to keep that faith and just like stay close to God. Like, let God keep me in the light. Let God illuminate my next steps for me, because I am operating on like a scary amount of faith, to where it's like, there's no plan B. Like, I don't have a plan B, because I feel like God has told me certain things. God and I have had conversations. God and I we've communicated about a lot of things. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. Like, I might sound like a crazy person on the internet right now, but like, I'm not talking to you. I'm so sorry. Actually, I am talking to you, and I encourage you to seek God in whatever way feels right to your soul. And I encourage you to cultivate a relationship with God, because I've been a person where I've kind of been like, okay, my brow is up if you can't see. But yeah, I've been a person where I have really yearned for a relationship with God. Always. I feel like I've always been when I was a kid, I was always, my closest friends, or like the boys that I liked, like they were Christian or, you know, like they had faith strong faith embedded in their like home life and whatever. And I just didn't have that same experience growing up. So I felt like I couldn't really connect with God. And that's a lie. That's a lie. God found me anyways. I kind of talked about this last week, but yeah, I'm talking to you. If you feel like this sounds like a bunch of hoopla and a bunch of hogwash, then this is for you. I just encourage you to like open your mind and your heart a little bit more, because we need God. We need God. We all need God, especially right now with what's going on like in the world, in this country, internally. Like we all are fighting inner battles every single day. And I feel like when it comes to my inner battles, I have just girl, like I have to give it to God. Like, oh my God, there's no, you know what I mean? Like there's really, I've tried other things. Like I've tried running, I've tried substances, I've tried distracting myself, I've tried the works. And like I mean it when I say like God is the only thing that's gonna satiate that need that I have in my heart for like that reassurance and being able to kind of like pursue what it is I think I'm meant to pursue in this life. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. That was kind of a huge, massive tangent. But yeah, maybe this is a synchronicity for someone. Maybe somebody needed to hear this. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I just went off like that. Cause I honestly don't want to isolate people and like make people uncomfortable by, you know, I want my conversations of God to transcend religion, race, gender, class, all of those things. Like that's why I encourage people to just seek God in whatever way that, like, learn about God in different religions if that's what's like necessary for you. Learn about different paths of spirituality, different religions. Like don't be afraid. Don't focus so much on the label, or like, you know, like this book talks a lot about God, but she's not talking about like some guy in the sky with like a beard and a staff. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how I see God personally. You know what I mean? And when I'm talking about God, I'm talking about our creator and the energy, the life force, the source of our lives that like has just made everything and aligns our lives, like the hand that writes our lives. That's what I mean. I think that doesn't even embody everything that I mean when I say God, but yeah. I just encourage everyone to kind of connect in that way. Again, I don't know where I'm coming up with this stuff. This is not my intention to go off like this, but I don't know. Again, maybe this is a synchronicity in itself for someone. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. Hopefully it reaches the right person. I would love that for you. So I'm on the last question at this point. Sorry, people are walking around and I'm like anyways. The last question is, were there any issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery, and describe them? I feel like an issue that I'm facing is just that like fluctuation of confidence and then doubt, confidence and then doubt. But I said this last week, I feel like these issues aren't really like issues, like roadblocks. They're more just like, again, like they're helping me draw closer to God, and they're helping me turn inward, where in the past I would have sought things externally maybe to solve my issues or whatever. And yeah, I feel like my issue has just been like finding my footing in this new routine. Like I've taken my time back in this like really huge, massive way. and I need to make use of my time. I need to be checking myself and kind of like staying the course, you know? So I think that that's kind of been an issue for me this week of just like, I feel like I climbed a mountain, and then when I got to the top, I looked up and there was like a whole other one. Like, oh my God, my car was open. Ladies, lock your car doors first and foremost. Anyway, that was scary. Anyways, yeah, I feel like I have just been looking at this opportunity almost like damn, where do I even start? You know what I'm saying? Like, I took a huge leap of faith, but like, what now? You know what I mean? Like, I had a plan, but I don't know. Like, I had a plan. I had a vision more than I had a plan. I had a vision more than I had a plan, for sure. And now I'm figuring out my plan. I'm good and I'm secure, and I just have to remind myself, like, I'm safe. I have the privilege to do this, which is a beautiful thing. Not a lot of people have the opportunity to make a move like this at this point in their lives, and like, I just need to trust that it's for a reason. I need to trust that it was put on my heart for a reason, and I need to like step into this with confidence, knowing that I'm the man for the job. You know what I mean? Like, it's my job to do. And kind of putting my blinders on a little bit, because something that's also been kind of discouraging to me is how oversaturated the music industry is right now. And that scares me. That scares me a lot. That's like, I just cannot afford to look elsewhere. I need to keep my eye fixed on God. I need to keep my eye on the prize, and I need to just stay the course. Like, I need to remember why I did this versus like looking at what other people are doing and like copying answers, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I there's no time for that. I literally, like, I can't do that. I will run myself into the ground. That's not the way to achieve what it is I'm supposed to be saying. That's not the way to achieve what I want in life. Like, yes, I want to be a musician. I want to be a professional at what I do, is what I'm trying to say, because I'm already a musician. But I want this to be my livelihood. I want this to be my job. I want my passion to be my job. And making your passion your job isn't easy, but I want to do it in a specific way, which is even harder at something that's already hard. I want to do it the right way. I want to do it the way that God intended me to do it. Every single artist out there has their own voice, has their own finesse, has their own story to tell. And I want to make sure I'm telling mine and no one else's. And I want to make sure to prioritize that vision, those messages that God is giving to me to share with the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's special and it's needed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Otherwise, I would literally not be here. I tell this to people all the time. Like, if you and I could do the same job, there'd be no reason for the both of us to be here right now. God is intentional. God is so intentional and detail oriented. Like, you think he would just make two of us for no reason? No, like, we're all here for a reason. We're all here to be true to ourselves and to find what it is we're here for. And I feel like I found my thing. This is one of the many reasons why I'm here for, but like, this is the one that needs to be of my focus right now, for sure. And I'm just feeling very encouraged to pursue it and to like, yeah. I'm getting a little passionate, you guys. But yeah, anyways, the sun's going down. I'm getting a little cold, so I want to turn my car back on. And I feel like I've just said what I needed to say. That's week 4 of The Artist Way. Checked. And yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this resonated with you in some way. I hope what I said did not fall on deaf ears. And I hope I don't look like a crazy person on the internet. That's for sure. Thanks for watching if you watched this far. And I hope you have a beautiful, amazing week. God bless you guys.